What's going on, everybody? I'm Jiffy Nano and welcome back to Borderlands 3. So because my Borderlands 2 leveling guides are so popular, I decided to do the same for the Vault Hunters in Borderlands 3. These guides will probably be labeled the first 20 levels or something like that, but because you get your action skill at level 2, we're going to go to the first 22 levels so you get your first 20 skill points. The goal of these guides is to make you as strong as possible without using any specific gear so you can avoid farming for hours and just get right into blowing up psychos like a badass with friends or solo. Today we're going over my personal favorite and most played character in Borderlands 3, Amara the Siren. Amara is a super buff Siren vigilante from the slums of her home planet Partali. Her skill trees excel at getting up in the faces of enemies and smashing them with either melee or elemental damage. The early build we're going after is going to revolve around dealing super high elemental damage regardless of what weapons we're using. In Borderlands 3, every character now has 3 action skills to choose from and different variations of those action skills as you progress through the trees that corresponds with them. But what a lot of people overlook is you can mix and match action skills and augments from other trees as well. If you decide to go down the blue tree, you can still use the action skill from the orange or green trees. Amara's 3 action skills are 1. Phase Grasp, where you grab an enemy and lift them into the air with a giant fist and holds them in place. This is similar to Phase Lock from Borderlands 2. 2. Phase Slam. Amara jumps in the air and slams down, dealing damage and knocking enemies up in the air. And 3. Phase Cast, where she sends an astral projection of herself that deals damage to everything it hits. The build we're going after doesn't require any specific action skill, so go ahead and choose whatever one fits you best. The first skill we want to pick up is Infusion, which at 5 points converts 40% of the damage dealt by Amara's weapons to her action skill element. By default, Amara's action skill is shock based, indicated by this chakra icon here. As you progress through skill trees, you gain access to new elements you can equip. Just remember that the element doesn't actually change until you use your action skill after swapping. The Infusion skill allows you to deal elemental damage when using anything, even Jacob's weapons and non-elemental weapons. I would suggest using the fire element once you get to the second tier skills because it does extra damage against red health bars. This will also allow you to mix elements on guns. For example, a shock weapon plus fire element will rip through both shields and red health, which is super helpful against fighting Maliwan troops who have beefy shields and normal health. The next skill you want is Tempest. At 5 points, this skill increases overall elemental damage by 30% and increases shock by an additional 20%. Then go back and grab Anima, which doubles the duration of status effects and increases the damage over time they deal by 20% for all elements and an additional 40% for the action skill elements you have equipped. This combined with Tempest turns Amara into an elemental powerhouse and will quite literally melt through enemies. At this point you can do one of 2 things. If you find yourself having a hard time staying alive during fights, you can put 5 points into Clarity, which gives you passive health regen depending on how low your health is. But if you're not having too much trouble, you can go for Indiscriminate, which gives Amara's bullets a chance to ricochet, dealing reduced damage. These ricochet bullets also have a chance to cause status effects and can clear rooms pretty easily. After level 22, I would go for things like Sustainment, which gives you lifesteal when dealing elemental damage, and Forceful Expression, which makes Amara's guns deal bonus elemental damage based on her action skill element. And that's early game Amara. She can be a super fun, aggressive character, or you can control the battlefield causing elemental devastation. She is by far my favorite character to play right now because she's super aggressive and reminds me a lot of Krieg if you go for a melee build. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and let me know in the comments what other games or videos you want to see. If you like my content and want to see more, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so YouTube actually shows you my uploads, and check out my Twitch channel where I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday afternoons. I play Borderlands, Destiny, and other things, and I plan on playing the new Call of Duty. The link is in the pinned comment. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.